All right, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. Yo, I look funny. Yeah. But I'm doing what you're trying to do, making money, see? Yeah, I got a nose like a pickle. What was that song called? The Humpty Dance. Now we're talking. If you were my age, you know the Humpty Dance is the dance. Let's do the hump. Obviously forgot most of the words. Anyways, let's just check in here on what it is. Wednesday, January 3rd, 20 and the 24 on the Mayan calendar, 11:24 a.m. in the farm fields. The white frozen tundra farm fields of Valparaiso, Indiana. What went on today? Quick recap of yesterday. You saw the AbbVie call re-rolled. I did buy 500 shares of USO at 65.98. And then I sold calls on the inverse of SPX, which goes up when S&P 500 goes down. So I sold the $9 calls. I got 2,000 shares of those, 239. So we did bring in $2,346 in premium yesterday. And today, all we've done is selling, sell. So don't know if I pulled the trigger at the right time or if I just wanted to book some profits, which is really what it was. I did sell all of my shares in UCO, which is a 2 times bull of the USO. So we had 1,000 shares that we paid $26.11 for, and we sold those for $26.82. So we booked, and I've added a new category here, the swing money, swing-a-ling-ding. So it'll add a fourth category to my overall spreadsheets, which will have premium collected, dividends, interest, and swing trade Dolla Billz, both profits and hopefully not too many losses. So we did collect $710 profit. That would be gross profit because, Uncle Sam's going to get involved. ExxonMobil, we sold all 3,000 shares that we owned. We had a cost basis of 101.22 without factoring in any other premium or dividends. Otherwise, it would be lower than that. So our share cost basis was 101.22, sold them at 102.92, and collected $5,100 in gross profit. Currently, ExxonMobil trading at 102.71. And then I got out a little. I missed a little bit of I had my finger on the trigger, didn't pull it. Then I was like, I think I'll just sell them off here and then go down and play Call of Duty. And so I did sell them a little lower than I should have. But that's fine. It was still profit. USO, all 1,000 shares that I owned, we had a share basis of 66.36 and sold them at 66 or 67.52. Collected $1,170 in gross profit. Currently, USO trading at 67.69. So, yeah, left a little money on the table there, but that's all right, mama. That's all right with me. Let's go to the big board. Oh, I know. I got Twilio up here. I'll get back to that. How's that sound? We'll get back to the Twilio because I do have some individual shares, individual stocks that I want to discuss. You can see the buying power went through the roof after those exits. We're in a big cash position. Don't want to tell you why. You can't just say that. No, I was actually looking for two things. One, a reset, just a reset of the portfolio from 2023 where I was in a steep learning curve, trying to do everything that I could, trying to decide or determine my trading style. And then if it's at all possible for me, little old me, the newbie, to create any type of edge, any type of trading edge. So I've been working very hard in order to try to accomplish that. The verdict is still out, but we are just about $1,000 under our all-time high. What did we record yesterday? Didn't we record 1901, and we're currently at 190. Oh, there. Hey, speak of that, 1901. So good to see it back on the board there. Again, we don't have much going on this week as far as current option positions. Inovix, 1350 calls looking good at almost 98% profit, and then USO $64 puts are at 96.86% profit. I still feel very comfortable at that number there. But again, oil has been a bit confusing to me lately. So I've been trying to make in and out moves, as you've probably witnessed, just to see if I can catch a little here and there before it gives me some sort of a clear sign either way, because it is not doing that. But speaking of, let's go on over to, let's take a look at this first. Yahoo, what's going on here? Got to refresh that because we got futures still on the board there. Because I normally track this particular screen on the Big Mac over here with the big screen and too many windows to mention open, along with my TradingView platform, which has 4 windows open. Currently on those windows is Uncle Russ, the IWM, EOG resources, because I'm still trying to find a re-entry point to try to collect the 91 cents per share dividend that's coming this month as well. It has an ex-dividend date mid-January. Then I got ExxonMobil up here and USO, because I'm still long in Stacy's account. Lady trades a lot. I left ExxonMobil on the board in her account just in case it continued to run. So no hurry over there to get out of that position for her. But let's take a look. What do we have here? We've got S&P 500 down 30 points, Dow Jones down 231, NASDAQ down 129, Uncle Russ down 2.34%. So that one is interesting. We're going to talk about it specifically. Crude oil up 2.77%, which again still doesn't give me a clear picture, but it certainly was enough for us to take some profits. Let's click through here and check out. So gold is down 1.5%, which we talked about, and silver is downtown, the Chinatown, down 3.27%. We talked about both of those yesterday and on Thursday, that our feeling was the next move was down, and that's what's happened so far, but I think there's still a lower low to be had, so we will comment on that. Let's go to the bar charts. In fact, we'll start with silver. Here is the SLV, the SLV. So it did bottom here at about 2091 today. Tried to make a bounce back up to 2106. In my little notes I had, what did I have? It's hard to read sometimes by squirrel writing, but I do remember what I was thinking, which was if we can, we will see another 20 handle. So if you are interested, no, this is not trading advice, so never mind. I'll be looking for a 20 handle, and I've been watching a lot of Fast Money and CNBC when I start using the terminology like handle, which would be the number that whatever begins with. So a 20 handle on the SLV silver ETF would be somewhere in the $20 range. And it did get to that number today. So I'll be looking a little lower first. It did bounce back up. And then I thought if we don't get above 2120, which I don't think we're going to do, then we still could see a lower, will see a lower than this 2091 on silver. Then we will be considering our entries. Wait a minute. It's currently, I'm reading this Danshan helps me throws my thinking off from time to time. I like to see it. It has a cool channel. The Danshan channel basically states that you're watching for things to get under this orange level. And then when it bounces, so right here, you'd be looking at, okay, what's the MACD and RSI say? Maybe I should enter. And then if I entered here at this 20 and change, and then we got back above this orange average Danshan, then we sell. So I don't really follow Danshan. I just like to look at its chart and its channels. So anyway, so that's silver. Looking forward to continue to go lower. And then we talked about gold. I said I'd start to be interested at an 189 handle, and we're under that. We are under that. But am I getting greedy? I don't know. I might be just being cautious. I think we still have some room to go lower on gold. This is the GLD. 2 gold things I like is GLD ETF, which is a gold ETF, and then GDX, which is a gold miner. In fact, let's bring that up. How about you? Let's bring it up just to see, because I'm looking for GDX to be in the 20s, high 20s. So there it is. It's at 29.76. So we might be getting close. We might be getting close to considering some entries, at least possibly some put selling on these positions, but that's what our thoughts are, is that gold and silver is still going down a bit before we would consider making a play. TLT, same thing here. Did we miss the bottom? I don't know, maybe. Because we were looking at it, right? We wanted to see 96. We wanted to see it start with a 96. We may have been waiting too long and too patiently, because TLT is going to 105, 110, but I thought we'd get to that 96 first. We may have missed it. So we'll take a closer look at that to determine if we want to get in on this now. And then if it does take another dip, we would just wait patiently through that dip and then follow it up to that 105, 110 we have going on there. S&P 500, we are looking at what? First stop would be 4,700. So I thought maybe I missed that when it bounced back up today. After having a low of the day, but it looks like it might be trying to find its way down the 4,700. It should bounce there. If it doesn't, then it could be all the way down the 4,600 before we start to get nervous. But I still think it has legs. Think it has legs up to 48, possibly 4,900. So we'll be watching the movements to see what's up. Let's look at the 1 day, 1 minute. 1 day, 1 minute, SP 500. Yeah, change it to the 1 minute. One eye, one eye. Okay, so look, it's got a nice little turn up there. And the MACD is pretty flat though. RSI looking stronger. Will it get to 4,700 a day? Maybe not. So that could be our little dip, and then it could be on its way up to 4,800. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? Okay, individual stocks. We talked about Alcoa a couple of weeks ago. In fact, let's go here, because I know one of the things that goes on social media, YouTube, the Twitter, etc., is you got a bunch of false gurus out there, like Guru Boobs. I am whatever the opposite of guru is me, because remember, I'm still a noob, still a newbie. Don't let the big account fool you. Almost all of that came from real estate. Told you the story before if you've been following along. I sold my what was recently my biggest apartment complex. It was 24 units, and then I didn't even 1031 exchange it. I just took the money, paid a huge tax bill, and then I took the proceeds and funded this Robinhood account with it. So that was like 1.6. It was like 165 probably, 165. So it is up almost 250,000 from there. But it's taken a long time to get there, and we want to see fast moves, don't we? Well, I'm not capable of that yet, but I am definitely not anyone to follow as a trader. I'm just putting this down as a kind of my own journaling exercise, where I can look back and see, what have I learned? Have I learned anything? And then eventually maybe I will, well, I shouldn't say that. Eventually, for sure, I will create an edge, because that's just how my personality type is. I created an edge in real estate, created an edge in real estate sales, and I will definitely create an edge in real estate or in stock market trading. So here we were buying up shares of Alcoa on December 5th. We bought 300 shares for $25.27. We bought 200 shares for $25.23. Then we sold a call a little premature, but we were looking at that nice premium, so we collected that premium. And then let's show more. It's not going to show it though when it was taken away, but you can go back to the video and look. But we sold, this was called away. So on the 22nd, if you wanted to prove it to yourself, you can go to the video that was uploaded around this date of the 22nd, because those shares, we allowed them to be called away at 32.50, because our thesis was it was going to still go down, even though on that day it was trading in the 33s. I thought we can get it back into the at least 29, maybe lower. So that's still our position on Alcoa. Now, again, Alcoa is a mining company. They mine different metals, so they typically are going to track with gold and silver. So if our thesis of gold and silver is to go down, then we think we still have some movement down, okay, in Alcoa before it then blasts up. Because when we were messing around, what did we say that was, December 5th? So on December 5th, we were monkeying around through here, right? Did it go down lower? It certainly did. It went down all the way to Chinatown before bang, zoom, went all the way up. We sold at what we said it was the 22nd. Where's the dates at? We were called away on the 22nd. That's the 18th. There's the 19th, 20th, 21, and 2. So we sold here at 32.50. If you can see that number on the right, around 32.50 is what our price was. Well, that day it was trading in the 33s. So I thought about rolling it, but I thought stick with the thesis. And it made me look silly for a while, got all the way up to almost $35, but then now it's been tracking back down to Chinatown, which is what we were thinking it was going to do. I think it still has some room to go. Once it gets a 30 handle on it, I'll be looking at it to make a move on it, either selling puts or buying long positions. So that's Alcoa. Next up, Twilio. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, right? Then I forgot about it. Does that ever happen? It happens to me all the time. So let's go down. What we were monkeying around with Twilio, right? And all we did was we sold puts. So let's go to Twilio here. And what did we do? Where are you? There it is. So on December 7th, we sold 5 put contracts with an expiration of 12/15. So it was 2-week trade. Well, 1.5-week trade. Collected $225 for doing so. And then on the 15th, which was expiration day, just to be safe, we bought those close for $5. So we did net $220 on that. But that was our thesis, was we were selling them when it was in the let's go to December 7th and find out. Let's go to December 7th and find out, because I want to say they're in the 68s, 67s, 68s. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at it now. So it'll be around here. And where was the price? Yeah, it was in the 68s. That's when we sold our $65 puts, and then it went up from there. And now it's back down. So it makes it interesting again, because it's going to go, could it go down a little further? That's what we're going to find out. But then it will bounce up, and it should eventually not end, but the next moves, and it could be going up and down along the way, as you know. But it looks like Twilio is going above 100. What? Are you crazy? So we'll be looking for some longs and definitely selling some puts on the Twilio. Smith & Wesson, no, not just because I just had a gun safety class and fired my first gun for the first time ever on Saturday. It's just that it's setting up nicely. What's the bum in me? I was looking right through here. The bum in me was at about $13 when I was going to make some trades, because I missed this move. And then I thought, man, let me wait. Let me see what happens. See? So I missed all the way up here, almost went to 14. Now it's trickled back down a bit, so we could be in the put selling season. So I am looking closely at Smith & Wesson, because I think it's going to 18. Let's say 18. I'm not guessing. I've put in some work on this. And then the other one would be Crocs. And we did talk about Crocs last week. We actually lucked out, because we sold $93 puts. Let's go to Crocs. We sold the $93 puts. And then the trade went directly into our favor. Then it started to go, it was creeping back towards our puts. I didn't want to take possession of Crocs. I just wanted to have cash in my pocket. So on the 27th, we sold, it was a short trade. That was the beauty of it. So on the 27th, we sold a 2-day put contracts, 3 of them at the $93. We collected $135. And then on expiration Friday of the 29th, we bought those closed for $6. So we profited $129. I still like the setup, but now it's an even better setup on the Crocs. So we'll be looking to sell puts on Crocs. I don't know if I have the guts right now to go long on Crocs, just because I'm nervous about the market in general, because I think there was a lot of profit on the table at the end of the year that we're going to see people taking now, which may exactly be why the markets are red across the board, except for oil. So S&P still hovering, though, nice and flat. It tried to get down to the 4,700, and we'll continue to watch it, but it hasn't made its way yet. So there we have it. Update City. Still need to give you December and then all of 2023. We'll probably do that in one fell swoop, one video. But thanks for tuning in to this video. Like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you in the next video.